Hello. In continuation of the discussion respect of our curriculum, say today to switch over to the second unit of our syllabus, that is process costing. By this time, you could have elicited a clear picture pertaining to reconciliation of financial account and cost account. So when our offline classes begin with, let us solve a few more illustrations under reconciliation statement. Now, to switch over to the second unit of our syllabus, that is process costing. Now, process costing is concerned in which kind of industry process costing shall become useful. It shall become useful only in case of your process type of industry. Example in support of process type of industry is textile mill. Say textile, in case of your conversion of raw material into finished product, in the sense raw cotton will be converted into piece of cloth. In an attempt of converting raw cotton into finished product, that is your piece of cloth, there are distinct processes involved. Which are they? In the first instance, weaving. Raw cotton will be weaving, then spinning, then bleaching, then dyeing, etc. Say these are the sequential activities to be undertaken to convert raw material into finished product. Now, when these sequential activities are to be undertaken in distinct processes, say the different either heads of costs or the different items of expenditures will be incurred. Now, when basically raw material having been fed into process 1, automatically having had the requisite treatment, that half-baked product or raw material or work in progress, it will be transferred to next process, maybe process 2 or process B. Now, in under process B, again requisite treatment will be given by the employees working in process B, and having had requisite treatment in process B, that semi-manufactured product or half-baked product or work in progress, it will be transferred to the next process. Similar would be the case, say, till ultimately the raw material is got converted into finished product. Maybe weaving is concerned, it may be process number 1. Spinning is concerned, it may be process number 2. Then bleaching is concerned, maybe 3. Then dyeing is concerned, dye. Dyeing is concerned, it is process number 4. Now, under these distinct processes, different either heads of costs or different items of expenditure will be incurred. Now, so far as raw material is concerned, it will be fed only in the first process. Now, half-baked product in this way, having gone through the distinct processes or having had the requisite treatment in distinct processes, ultimately raw material will be converted into finished product. Now, thus this is the basic reference or basic meaning that could be given to process costing. Now, when raw material in an attempt of getting converted into finished product, say when it is being transferred from one process to another process, so from second process to third process and alike, maybe different types of losses will be incurred or it may have to be incurred. Such loss is concerned, it may either be your normal loss or it may be your abnormal loss. Now, to make only a passing reference pertaining to normal and abnormal loss is concerned, normal loss is unavoidable loss. In the sense, normal loss or occurrence of normal loss or incurrence of normal loss, it can never be avoided. Say the best example, one simple example to deviate from the set path is concerned, maybe a teacher is writing on the board. When a teacher is writing on the board with the usage of chalk pieces, say you may be witnessing, say your small particles, they are spread over the dais. When small particles, just like your granules, when they are spread over the dais, say incurrence of such a loss is concerned, it can never be avoided because part and parcel of the writing process. Say when part and parcel of the writing activity, it can be adjudged to be your normal loss. Say then what is abnormal loss? Abnormal loss is concerned, it will arise due to either our negligence or due to our carelessness, due to freak accidents, whatever it may be. Subsequently, when we take up the problematic aspect in respect of normal and abnormal loss, we shall have a threadbare discussion, and the accounting treatment that could be given to valuation of normal loss, and what kind of accounting treatment to be given in respect of abnormal loss. Then how about transfer of reasonable sum to costing profit and loss account, everything we shall have a threadbare discussion in due course of time. Now, say one simple illustration, it is being given. You just go through the problem. One simple problem only to highlight upon the process costing or the methodology of process costing is given. You go through the problem. I shall read it out. A product passes through three processes, process A, B and C, and then to completion. Full stop. During a particular month, the finished product was 1000 units, and the following was the expenditure specifically given. Process A, process B, process 3. Under three distinct processes, the distinct costs incurred, they have been dictated or they have been given. Now, say so far as process account is concerned, simply it is ledger account, say debit side, credit side as usual. You are well versed with your maintenance of or preparation of ledger accounts. Now, you go in for drawing distinct columns. Say now, first column on the debit side, particulars, then second column, total cost, then third column, cost per unit. Similarly, credit side, similar or identical columns you have to draw. When we subsequently go through distinct other problems, say the headings pertaining to the columns, I shall specifically dictate. For the time being, only to have a simple understanding of the operative mechanism of process account, I am dictating this, or I have dictated this problem and I am dictating the solution. Now, so far as solution is concerned, you open process A account to process A. Process A account having been opened to, in the first instance, which is the cost component, first cost component being your raw material. First cost component is rupees raw material. So now, in this problem, raw material worth rupees 6,000 were fed into, raw material worth rupees 6,000 were fed into process 1. Then you go through the first sentence. During the month of March, finished product was 1000 units. Specifically in the additional information column, it is given. You go through material, labor, direct expense for distinct three processes given. Then in the changed para, indirect expenses amounted in all rupees 6,000. These are to be allocated to the process on the basis of labor charges. Raw material worth rupees 6,000 were issued to process A. Prepare process accounts. The problem read as under. Now, specifically given raw material worth rupees 6,000 were issued to process A. It does mean to say that material worth rupees 6,000 were fed into process A and accordingly you go through process A account to raw material. In the sense, raw material fed into process A worth rupees 6,000. Number of units, how much is the total number of units? 1000 units. Therefore, cost per unit works out to 6. In the sense, rupees 6,000 divided by 1000 units, cost per unit works out to rupees 6. Then, in addition to the basic raw material worth rupees 6,000 issued to or fed into process 1, additional quantity of raw material is also fed into the same process, that is process A. Now, you go through the expenditure column, materials rupees 1000. Therefore, the second additional quantity may be a bit distinct item fed into process A is worth rupees 1000. Worth rupees 1000. Say accordingly, cost per unit is rupee 1. In the sense, rupees 1000 divided by 1000 units. Then labor, how much is the labor cost incurred to show executory performance in process A? It is put at rupees 5,000. 5,000 rupees wages is paid to workers working in process A and number of units produced 1000. Therefore, labor cost per unit, it is put at rupees 5. Then 2. Direct expenses. In process A, specifically given direct expense incurred in process A rupees 500, 500 for 1000 units, therefore cost per unit it would be put at 0.50. Now, in the problem, in the additional information, indirect expenses amounted in all to rupees 6000. It is not numerical to in all TO2. In fact, it should be TO2, but the student had wrongly written it as 2. Indirect expenses amounted in all to rupees 6000. These are to be allocated on the basis of labor charges. Now, when indirect expenses amounted to rupees 6000, now these are to be apportioned in proportion to labor charges. Now, you go through the labor amount of payment met with in relation to labor. Process A 5000, process B 4000, process C 3000. What is the ratio? Ratio is 5:4:3. 5 is to, in the ratio of 5:4:3, indirect expenses amounting to rupees 6000, it needs to be apportioned among process A, process B and process C. Which process account we are preparing? We are preparing process A account. When we are preparing process A account, 2, you go through the solution. 2 indirect expenses into bracket rupees 6000. Indirect expenses amounted in all to rupees 6000. 6000 multiplied by 5/12. From where this 5/12 came? 5/12 came in the sense it is to be apportioned in on the basis of labor charges. When is given how much is the labor payment or labor charges, so 5000 is to 4000 is to 3000. When you arrive at ratio, it would be 5:4:3, and accordingly 5/12, and out of indirect expenses of rupees 6000, indirect expenses attributable to or indirect expenses chargeable to process A stood at rupees 2500, and accordingly in the solution rupees 2500 is given, or not given, it is written, it is arrived at and divided by 1000 units, cost per unit put at 2.50. Now, say these distinct heads of expenditure were incurred in process A, and having had the requisite treatment, this half-baked product or semi-manufactured product, it will be transferred to the next process, and accordingly you go through the credit side of process A account. What is written? What is written is by process B account. By process B account, into bracket it is written transfer to process B. Transfer to process B. What amount of half-baked product is transferred to process B? It is half-baked product worth rupees 15,000. From where this 15,000 came? This 15,000 came from the incurrence of different heads of expenditure incurred in process A. Now, this raw material worth rupees, semi-manufactured product or half-baked product worth rupees 15,000 with cost per unit as at 15, they are being transferred to process B account. In the sense, this half-baked product, which is the output, it becomes the input for this output becomes the input for process B account. Now, you open process B account, you go through the solution. Say to process B account, in process B account to process A account. What is written in process B account? First entry entered in process B account is to process A account, that is half-baked product transferred from process A 15,000 at rupees 15 per unit. Now, in process B, again additional quantity of raw material is fed into process B. What worth of additional raw material is fed into process B? You go through the problem. In the material column, it is written as rupees 2,000. In process B, material worth rupees 2,000 were fed into process B. Say earlier from process A, what worth of or how much worth of half-baked product is transferred to process B? Half-baked product transferred from process A to process B, it stood at rupees 15,000. In addition to this, additional raw material worth rupees 2000 were input into or they were fed into process B, and accordingly rupees 2000, number of units 1000, definitely cost per unit stood at 2. Then which is the next head of expenditure incurred or next item of cost incurred? The next item of cost incurred is your labor. You minutely go through the column meant for only process B. How much worth of raw material how much worth of labor is incurred? It is to the tune of rupees 4000. Thus, in process B account to labor, what amount is written? The amount written is rupees 4000 for 1000 units. Cost per unit it is put at or it is arrived at rupees 4. Then again refer the problem. Direct expenses. How much is the direct expense incurred in process B? Direct expense incurred in process B is rupees 600, and accordingly direct expense incurred in process B is written in process B column 600 rupees for 1000 units, 60 paise per unit. Then indirect expenses in all amounted to rupees 6000. Just now having told, say 6000 needs to be apportioned in the ratio of 5:4:3. In the sense, the share applicable to or apportionable to process B is 4 by 12 into 6000. 4 by 12 into 6000. 4 by 12 into 6000, which works out to rupees 2000. Cost per unit again rupees 2. Thus, the total cost incurred in process B, it is rupees 23,600. You keep it in mind that this 23,600 is inclusive of the total process cost incurred in process A, because in process A total cost incurred in process A stood at rupees 15,000. In addition to rupees 15,000, additional cost incurred in the form of material 2000 in process B, labor 4000, direct expense 600, indirect expenses 2000, totaling to rupees 23,600. So now half baked product here worth rupees 23,600, it will be transferred to the next process. That is, you write it as, you give credit to process B account by process C account rupees 23,600. Unit cost 23.60 because 1000 units specifically given in the problem. Now 23,600 worth of half baked product automatically shall become the input for process C. Automatically, you minutely understand, the half baked product or semi manufactured product or work in progress or work in process worth rupees 23,600 automatically shall become the input for process C. Now, even process C is being opened. You go through the solution to process B. You have to write it as to process B. How much is the worth? 23,600. Now, again as usual, in addition to the cost brought forward from earlier second process or process B, put at or stood at rupees 23,600. Again in process C, additional raw material being fed into process C, it is worth rupees 1,000. Then labor payment met with or labor payment made to the employees who have performed their demonstration or who have executed their performance to the tune of rupees 3,000. Then 1,000 rupees direct expense incurred in process C. Then indirect expense, 6,000 rupees total indirect expense, and it is to be apportioned in the ratio of 5:4:3, in the sense 3 by 12 into 6,000, which works out to rupees 1,500. Thus, the total cost incurred to convert raw material into finished product, because say only 3 processes are given in the problem, that is, whatever that emerges out or whatever that comes out from process C, automatically it will be the finished product. Now, this finished product is concerned, it will be transferred to either go down or finished stock account. Say thus you go through the solution containing process 3 by finished stock rupees 30,100, cost per unit 30 rupees 10 paise. In the bracket it is given transfer to finished stock account. It will be transferred to finished stock account. Say thus, this is the methodology of preparation of your process accounts. Now at the outset, this problem is too simple, because not to create hardship in the initial stage itself, I have concentrated upon only a simple example or simple problem. But it will not be the ground reality. Why? Because at times there will be the incurrence of normal loss, there will be the incurrence of abnormal loss. Now, how about the accounting treatment? How about the accounting treatment that should be met with? It has to be judiciously decided upon as per the predetermined procedure or prescribed procedure. Say thus, with regard to incurrence of normal loss, and how about the accounting treatment, and abnormal loss, how about its accounting treatment, everything we shall look into during our next meet. In the meantime, I will also send a photocopy of the treatment of normal loss and or also called as normal wastage, then meaning of abnormal loss and its accounting treatment. Simply a photocopy I will send. You must have to jot it down in your notebook, because unless you get it jotted down in your notebook, definitely it goes difficult for you to digest the intricacy associated with the operative mechanism of your process costing. Thank you.